about my tattoos. Like, if I could see it more, I'd probably hate it. I didn't plan on getting this tattoo. Damn, sorry, this is like a long story. Okay, let's get this bad boy set up. You trying to be in it or what? That's good. Okay, I think we both fit now. Ugh. Did you find a comfortable position? Today is about my tattoos. So, let's see. I have 5 different tattoos, and I'm just gonna kind of, if I can speak, I'm going to show you my tattoos and talk to you about like the meaning behind them. I got this tattoo when I was 15. Honestly, I'm really glad that I got it in the specific placement that I did, because I feel like if I could see it more, I'd probably hate it. So it's a really long story behind this tattoo. Okay, so basically I didn't plan on getting this tattoo. Pretty much until my senior year, I was really depressed. My friends would do a bunch of different stuff to try to help me, but one of my friends he would lend me his iPod. I didn't have like any computers, no internet or anything like that until I was in college. I would go to the library and stuff, but I never really listened to music at the library. I would like look at pictures and stuff, but like I never really listened to music like that. And like, so I learned a bunch of different genres of music and like figured out all these new artists and stuff. And so I actually damn, sorry, this is like a long story. And like you're gonna be like, what the heck, this story is so long for this dumb tattoo. But yeah, so yeah, I actually found out about like Jack Johnson through this person's iPod. And I really liked his lyrics and like his like musicality, which like I know he's like super basic and stuff, but like then from that point, I don't know how my dad knew this, or like I don't remember, but I know he like this is probably one of the sweetest things my dad has ever done for me. um but I don't know how he knew this, and like how I don't remember like telling him ever like, oh, like I really like this artist or anything like that. But he got me a Jack Johnson live EP. I basically would listen to that on repeat, and I don't know like why, but it helped me so much. And like I know, oh my god, I'm like gonna cry. I know a lot of the lyrics like by heart on that album, because it's just I listened to it so much and it got me through so much, which is so weird because like now that I don't think I would like this artist as much if I hadn't like listened to the CD repetitively and like just like been through so much with this album. But basically in one of the songs on that album, I think it's called Bubbly Toes or something like that, he goes, move like a jellyfish and go with the flow and don't stop. And for some reason, at that age, like I was like 15 or 6, I'm pretty sure I was 15. I was like, dang, I really like, that's some good advice right there. Like, move like a jellyfish, go with the flow, and don't stop. Like, dang, that is some truth. So I originally wanted to get like a really cool, like intricate jellyfish tattoo. So I'll pop something up because I saw it on Pinterest and that's like what I wanted to get. And so I went up to my mom and I was like, hey mom, I really want to get a tattoo. And I know like I would rather ask you. I don't know how I phrased it exactly, but basically the gist of it was that I wanted to get this jellyfish tattoo on my wrist, because it was gonna just like help me keep my head up. And I got her permission. She was like, oh yeah, let's go do it. I think she just knew that I was probably gonna get it anyway, regardless of whether or not she said yes. And I think she wanted me to be safe. But the thing is, like, we went to a tattoo parlor, and you aren't allowed to, in California, you're not allowed to get tattoos legally until you're 18. So we tried to get a tattoo and they were like, oh no, you can't. And I was like, okay. And then so, are you going? Go. Okay, so I have the seat to myself again. Anyway, so yeah, we were gonna go and get it, but then we were going to my cousin's graduation, and so it was in Reno, and like it's weird, but I feel like Reno, as conservative as it is, it's kind of like also a godless wasteland where like they know like what stuff makes money, and like they will kind of just like exploit that, like gambling, prostitution. Like I was 15 and I was legally allowed to get a tattoo with my parents' consent. And I still remember the name of the shop. I think it was like Stingrays or something. And I remember that my cousin who had a bunch of tattoos already, she came with me just to kind of like be there, I guess. I don't know why she was there. I honestly like don't remember a lot from this period of my life, and like anyway, I feel like I'm like delving into parts of my brain that like I'm not supposed to be. Okay, so yeah. So we were there and I like explained like, oh, I want the tattoo on my wrist, blah 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 blah. And then the guy goes like, no, you can't do that. I was like, what do you mean? And basically you can't, as a minor, you can't get anything where people could possibly see it. So I couldn't get a wrist tattoo. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna get a jellyfish tattoo like back there, because I'm not gonna be able to see it. So that kind of defeats the purpose. But getting a tattoo in the first place would defeat the purpose. Like anywhere where I couldn't see would defeat the purpose, because the whole point was to like have it as a reminder. But I was like at the tattoo shop and I was like 15 and I was like, this would be really cool if I already got a tattoo, like, and I'm only 15, and like I had a lot of friends who had tattoos already too. And so I was like, that'd be so cool. So at this point I'm basically like getting a tattoo just to get a tattoo for my first tattoo. So they had me like pick out like a different placement. I was like, okay, I'll just do it on my shoulder. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And so I like went and looked at different tattoos like that they had that I could possibly get. And for some reason I just went with the first fucking thing that I saw, which was freaking birds, like geese flying. And so I was like, okay, sure, whatever. And then I specifically remember my cousin, she was like, maybe like, do you want to get like sparrows or something? Like sparrows are really pretty, like they're cute little birds, like you could get the same concept but like sparrows instead of the geese. And I think that was like her way of saying like, that's an ugly tattoo. But I still got it because my brain wasn't fully developed and I just didn't comprehend like, okay, this is gonna be on your body for the rest of your life. But like I don't regret getting it. I really like the story behind it. It was a nice experience, but I came back to school and like I was still in the healing process, and like so I would wear like, because obviously you're supposed to wear like loose fitting clothes, and I think I was wearing something to where like it kind of showed my tattoo, and it was like a hoop, like a hoops shirt or something. I don't know how to explain it, but basically my tattoo was showing or like peeking out. And I remember my classmates being like, is that real? That's not real. You want to get a tattoo. At this time in my life, I was like the really, really quiet kid in class. Like I hardly ever really talked in class. I wasn't like very outgoing, even though I did like theater production and stuff like that. I never really like spoke a lot in class unless I was spoken to. It was like the beginning of sophomore year. And I was just like still really quiet, and so people just didn't believe that I had a tattoo. They're like, how did you get a tattoo? Honestly, still sometimes when people don't know I have tattoos and like they see like my wrist tattoo or something, they're like, oh, I didn't know you had tattoos. I think it's just so funny to me. And so that's the story behind that one. And I have 4 more tattoos. I dropped out of college and I started working 2 jobs while I was paying off like some of my student loan debt. And so I had all this extra money and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna get a piercing, I'm gonna get tattoo. This tattoo was the next one that I got, and it's just 3 morning glories. And these ones I got because my dad planted some morning glories, and so they really just reminded me of my dad. And I was like, you know what, I love that. Like there's not much else to it, it's just that it reminds me of my dad. I always forget about this one because I never really see it, because it's like in a spot where like I don't really pay attention to, and like I can't really see it unless I look at myself in the mirror. And it's actually, I don't know if I got this tattoo or the rib tattoo first, but I think it was this one. Yeah, I think it was this one. So I got that tattoo, and then So like I said, I was working 2 jobs at like around this time, like 1920. I was working at like a grocery store. I was like a personal shopper, and that was like early in the morning. And then at night, like from like 5 to 10 or something, 6 to 10, I don't know. I would work as a barista at a boba place, and there was this one girl, and she was like one of my best friends at this boba place. She didn't have a car, so like I would take her places. She knew this tattoo place that was like not a few towns over from where we worked. She was like, okay, I really want to go get my tattoo, like go get a tattoo at this one place. And I was like, yeah, for sure, like let's go get tattoos, or like you can go get a tattoo. And then she was like, all right, like we have to go to I specifically remember like her saying that if like you go to this tattoo place, the guy will do it for super cheap, like, which is already like sketchy in itself. But yeah, the other thing was like I think we went in there, and he was like, oh, like I don't take, you can't just like show me your phone, like I need to see like a physical picture of it, so that I can do it and like make the tattoo on you, which is weird. And yeah, so we went in there and he said that, and we were like, okay, which already should have just been like weird and been like, okay, maybe nah. But okay, so we went there, and then we were like, okay, cool, we gotta go somewhere where we can print out these pictures. So we went to, I think, like FedEx or Kinko's or something. And so we went and we got those printed out, and she was getting like a Bible verse or something with some flowers around it. And then I was like, you know what, like I'm already here, like I might as well get a tattoo too. So like spur of the moment, I was like, I'm gonna get a tattoo. So like I just looked up on my phone like some random thing, and for some reason I was like, you know what, that's cute, I'm gonna get that. And it was just like a little peach. So that's the only color tattoo that I have. It's just like a little peach, and it's on my like rib cage. And there's honestly no meaning to it. I just like at that moment I thought it was really cute, but like I also think it's because in that like in that era of my life, I really wanted to be like, I don't know how to explain it, like a pinup girl. I don't know. I really like that aesthetic. And I think there's this I think her name's Dita Von Teese. This quote where it's like, you could be the juiciest, ripest peach in the world, and there's still gonna be somebody who doesn't like peaches. And so I think that's why I got it. Because you know that era, I was like into that whatever specific aesthetic and like mindset, I guess. I remember going to get it like actually tattooed onto me, and the reason why he wanted it was like, first of all, like some older dude that like just would, I guess, give kids like teenagers like tattoos for really cheap. I think I paid like $50 for mine. I don't really remember. But he does them in like 10 minutes. Like not even 10 minutes. But I remember the reason why he wanted like a physical picture of the tattoo is because he would like take the picture, copy it on like a copier, and print it out, and then like use that as a stencil, and then like literally just use exactly what you had shown as a stencil, and then like put it on you with like the transfer thing. And then I don't even think he would use numbing cream, or if he did, like I don't know, because it really actually kind of really hurt. That was like one of my most painful tattoos, which like it didn't hurt that bad, but it was one of our more painful tattoos. Like even that one on my shoulder didn't hurt as bad as this one, but I don't know if it's just because it was on my rib or not. But anyway, I remember he like took me to this back room, because I guess obviously because I had to take my shirt off, but he took me to this back room, and like the back room was literally like it was just like a room with a freaking, what's it called, like a workout bench. And that like it wasn't even a good workout bench. It was like the padding was like kind of coming off, and he had me like lay back, and then he just did it really fast. And I remember it hurting, and he was like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he was just done. And then, yeah, so I just remember that hurting and then being like sketched out, but still going like through with it. And then, yeah, that's the story behind that one. Oh my god. Like, as I say it, the more stupid I can hear myself, like, being, like, my past self being, as I tell the story. But yeah, so that one was my third tattoo. So the last two tattoos I actually got at the same time, because I think I read that, like, a lot of the time you're paying for the material, not necessarily the work, with your tattoos. So I got 2 tattoos in one session. So the next tattoos I got were this one and this one. So this one I actually got with my sister, and we have matching tattoos, which I always forget that we have matching tattoos until, like, because she got hers on her shoulder too, her first tattoo on her shoulder. So yeah, my sister has the matching one of this on her shoulder, and I always forget that it's matching because I hardly ever see like her shoulder. But yeah, she got it there, and I paid for it, and I paid for the other tattoos too, because she had just turned 18. Did she just turn 18? I don't know. I just remember getting it for her birthday, and we got matching ones, and like, I think we did talk about like the design we wanted to do beforehand, because we both wanted to agree on like what we wanted to get. But I know, like, we both knew that we wanted to get like our birthstone, which is amethyst. So that's what this, like, this part is. It's just like a stone, an amethyst stone, which it would probably make more sense if we actually got it filled. But I just never did, because I think I was like worried about her, like, it being too painful for her, like the shading part, because this one doesn't really have a lot of shading. It's mainly just line art, except for like this thicker part. It's not like really shaded in or anything. So we got we got that, and then we decided that we wanted to get our baby sister's birth flower, like, kind of wrapped around it, like with vines and like the flower itself. So these are poppies for our baby sister. So yeah, this is like our tattoo, my tattoo for our sisters, and with my sister as well. But yeah, this one's really like probably the most sentimental, just because we went and got it together, and also because like it represents both of my siblings and like our connection as sisters. But yeah, so that one's that one. So the last tattoo that I have is gonna be my wrist tattoo. This one is a hummingbird, and this one's for my mom. I really like this tattoo, and I'm like really happy with the placement of it. I was kind of worried because it is a smaller tattoo and it has a little bit more detail, that it was gonna come out kind of bad. Which, like, I use pretty much different artists for each of my tattoos. But this tattoo, and this tattoo are all from the same shop, which I don't go to that shop anymore because I've heard some bad stuff about it, about the owner and things like that, so I don't go there anymore. So I'm not really quite sure where I'll go for my next tattoo, and I do plan on getting more tattoos. I actually wanted to get like a whole sleeve when I was younger, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that or if I'm just gonna do like a half sleeve or what. But you know, it's not like a priority for me right now. Anyway, back to my story. So the reason why I got a hummingbird for my mom is because they always remind me of my mom.
So I'm muting myself because I don't like how I explained it. But basically I got this tattoo because my mom and my baby sister used to see this nest that had baby hummingbirds in it, and they would go see it every day. And it kind of just reminded me of how nurturing my mom is for like me and all my siblings. And I feel like people can be themselves around her, and I want to be that kind of person too. And yeah, it just reminds me of my mom. Okay.
I hope that you guys really like this video. It's kind of different from anything that I've ever done before. I don't know if I've ever even like talked about getting tattoos or having tattoos, aside from like a vlog that I did like a few years ago. But I hope that it was entertaining, and I hope that you have a wonderful night, day, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. and I hope to be seeing more of you and that you'll be seeing more of me. Thank you. Also, if you like this video, subscribe. Thanks. Bye bye.